This is Anthony Mitchell, and you are listening to a new episode of the End Zone Club. So, hey, business is business. First thing first. If you have not done so by now, please subscribe to the content of this podcast so that every time we put out a new episode, you can be on the cusp of some cutting edge information. And that means if you're going to subscribe, also share this information with your friends so that they too can be blessed. But most importantly, find the donate button and give $1 so that we can keep doing in the community what we have been doing, from our free football, basketball, dance camps to all of the other youth leadership activities that we provide. But anyway, let the beat rock, and you are getting ready to enjoy a new episode in 3, 2, 1. All right, welcome back to a special crossover edition of the End Zone Club. Today, I want to just give you guys a little flavor, a little taste of an interview that I recently did where I was a guest on the platform for a guy named Terry Hall, who is the founder of Multi-X Comics. Now, with that said, I want to invite you guys in to give you a little taste, because it's really just a foreshadowing of a interview that's coming up. So before I just drop this stuff on you, I just want to let you know that we have some good things, some good partnerships, with some good opportunities that have been coming our way as a result of what we do, not just here in podcast land, but in the community through ministry and everything else. So guys, stay tuned and enjoy. Starting in 2, 1, 3, let's go.
Yep, and I'm going to say congratulations on being a part of the projects that's
sir.
about to happen. You and some other people as well.
Yes, sir. You know, honestly, brother, I am, first of all, I'm not coming to hijack your show, but I want to highlight you for a moment, because it's a blessing, you know, just the way we've connected through social media and hearing your vision. And, you know, at this part, you know, we're trying to bring everything together and just being able to support something that I believe in.
It's something that's much needed.
Yeah.
It's much needed because you look at it, Barbara have the university, DC have the university. Now somebody got to break that barrier for our universe.
You know, so I hate to date us a little bit, our age, but you know, when Wesley Snipes did Blade, right? A lot of people don't give him the credit for how he honestly tore the door open and showed the world that actually black people as well love that sense of superheroism. We love the storyline. We embraced it. It took, from the time, you know, Blade came out to the time Black Panther, was almost 20 years. It took 20 years for that.
We gotta give credit to Stan Lee because of his mindset.
There you go. And that was way before its time too. Way before its time. You know, a lot of people don't even realize when he wrote X-Men and he did Professor X and Magneto, that was based on Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. So the world embraced those images and didn't even know that was us. They were digesting. So,
and the one thing we got to convince that he was so diverse. Correct. He was so diverse because when I interviewed him at the private premiere of Black Panther, first of all, I was a nervous wreck.
He's an OG.
This is the person I look up to. This is the person that got me into comics. And I'm with this person face to face, and also with Chapman. This is the person who played his character. That would always be my cherish to myself. And like I said, you know, I thank God for my journey. I thank God for my talent. And like I said, bringing our culture to life, that is a big highlight for me. Yeah.
You don't mind me asking, I know this is your show, often you interview guests, but again, I always like to give people their roses while they're
I like my guests to ask questions.
I want you, if you don't mind, just kind of branch out into your story a little bit. What got you to this point where, of course, you know, anytime you're a trailblazer, there's always a story behind it. Like what got you here?
You gotta look at it that one, comics is our pop culture. Now it has become $1 billion business. Thanks to Batman, Superman, X-Men, the Avengers, the list goes on. And like I said, when you were a kid, come on, we used to jump off the couches,
What?
tie people to the tie people to the tree,
Yep.
all that
Yep.
stuff.
Yep.
So therefore, like I said, Dark Age was like my first comic book character.
Okay.
Me and Steve created together, written together, and published together.
Okay.
So therefore, that's like, you know what? Time. It's all about timing. Bam, here go this character, here go that character. Now you got Hood Wars, you got Knighthood, you got Zakiah, you got the list goes on. So now, by being in media and having the advantage being in media, I've opened up the doors for comic book careers. Like, you know what? Let's take this to the next level with production people.
Right.
Let's get them the fresh idea. You look at it now, networks are looking for comic book properties now.
And again, from the time we were growing up, there was not a lot of representation, but it's like now the door is wide open. When, I'm looking at my kids, for example, my wife and I, we've been blessed with a beautiful family, and I never would have thought that I would see my daughters like an anime and manga and following, MHA, stuff I never knew existed, which is opening my mind.
That manga, the anime is that also next level stuff, because Marvel used it. Everybody using it now.
Right, but one of the problems with that is if you ever watch any of these shows, my wife and I were talking about this, like if you were to see us represented, often we're just the comic relief and never really the main character, or who's moving the storyline, or who's saving the day, or who has this sense of idea, like, this representation that, hey, you really matter. So for me, when you're dealing with kids, if they're not seeing it in front of them, not just in the home, but visually, then sometimes it's like if you can't see it, sometimes it's harder to be that. So when you start seeing a brother like yourself spearheading a movement to bring together Black artists that are, can develop characters and can now take, young women now and make them the main character. They can now take.
Last night I introduced the person who's going to be Zakiah.
Okay.
And like I said, she said, and shout out to her, because she said, you know what, was my dream as a kid, to be a superhero.
My sister watched She-Ra. I never told her I was watching it with her, but I was a guy, so I had to be tough. But now it's wide open. Like, women are loving Chadwick Boseman just as much as the guys, and whether it's Miss Marvel or whoever, it's wide open, and women have always felt, and they have.
You look at it now, comics has now become so diverse.
There we go.
We're diverse now, and that's why I love my production team. Shout out to all of them. They're so diverse, and all the productions in different states, and that's the biggest blessings on top of blessings.
Right. And with that being said, brother, for the guys that are listening, guys, girls, that, content creators, whoever, if you guys are listening to this live, or you get this in your hand, I want you to reach out to Mr. Terry and hear his vision, hear what he's trying to do, because again, everybody has something different to bring to the table, whether it's a story.
And like I said, I'm well connected with production companies to help you bring your vision to life.
Right.
And you could talk about Comic Cons is fun, but now what is the next step? What is the next step? It's
got to be content creation.
Right. And like I said, I have full access because I'm in media.
Right.
So by me being in the media, I got full access. That's why I'm helping everybody who wants to, is in the comic book. Hey, come to me. I got the sources. I got the people to really help you bring your stuff to life. It's worth seeing it in light before it's too late.
Yeah. And again, I just thank you for whatever capacity I'm able to help, that you've extended that out to say, hey man, I see your artwork, let's talk. Because again,
today, I seen you over the writer Willie D.
He contacted me, and I mean, it was an instant connection. So again, it's just funny that we're now moving at the speed of information. As soon as stuff is coming out, we're putting it out, it's coming back. I'm excited to help with your vision to get, artists.
You know what? I'm going to do like a little spoiler today on today's interview with you, because you're going to do an interesting T-shirt image for me.
Right.
Not only that, also you're doing the cover for Sasha.
Right. Right.
So I gotta give everybody a little spoiler alert.
Okay. You gonna I'm trying to take the pressure off me back on you, but yeah.
And when you will see the T-shirt image, it's a powerful message behind it.
Yes, yes. And
It's
again,
going to be a powerful message. A lot of people got to say, you know what, I got to respect them on that certain level.
right. But honestly, at the end of the day, I'm a firm believer that whether or not you make $1 million or not, the biggest thing you want is respect. And when people come to you respectfully because they love your vision, I'm telling you, that's worth its weight in gold. And that's a message again. We want the people who are interacting and coming in and connecting to feel that sense of respect, because even within having representation, you also have to have relatability. Like, is this storyline relating? Is it telling? And I think, for example, like when you look at the catalog Marvel has put out, phenomenal. But when
And you look at it now, Marvel has so much content. That's why they're making a series out of every property they have
right,
from Stan.
and but
And
we relate
it
to each
makes
of them
sense.
differently, because when Falcon came out,
Falcon and Winter Soldier, yeah.
yes, sir, that whole storyline related to us differently because we have seen that historically time and time again. So it's like,
But
man,
it
I
made
love
valid sense. He had to find out for himself the reason why Captain America made him that gave him that mantle.
exactly. That's a real life story, and that's what we're here to tell.
And a lot of people don't understand the universe I created is going to touch a lot of people's hearts. And like I said, I think for the writers who's behind it to making this world very interesting, it makes sense. And I love the synopsis. I'm just so happy how things are going with it so far.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And I know today you've got some big news you'll be sharing. I can't wait to hear that as well. Some,
Oh yes, so interesting news. There's gonna be another spoiler alert later
right,
on today.
right.
And then also the funny part, once again, I'm happy because actually all this stuff is going to become a fashion show and stuff.
Mm. So it's almost like this is even bigger than just comic book characters.
Right.
Absolutely,
These
absolutely.
characters are becoming walking down the runway and other stuff. See, a lot of people don't understand. I'm a trendsetter. So when you're that trendsetter, oh man, I got to do what he do because I see what he's talking about. How can you put your vision to life? You gotta believe in two people, God and yourself, to make your vision happen and make it
Mm-hmm,
work and make
mm-hmm,
sense.
mm-hmm.
And people gotta understand, do not let people trying to restructure what you create.
Yes. You got to stay true to you. You got to stay true to the vision God gave you. That's your brand. That's your trademark. That's your copyright. That's
And
the
that's why I
endorsement.
said when I put it out there last week, multi-comment is not a label, it's a brand.
Yes. Yes.
And the
Yes.
artists behind the brand makes a lot of sense.
It's going to be major, sir. It's going to be major.
Oh, yeah, like I said, like I said. One, I'm thinking God is in so many different states. Like I said, shout out to the team. Like I said, the family because we are family. But like I said, I'm thanking God so much and I'm humble because everything is coming to existence. And I tell people, you gotta walk the walk, talk the talk. It made better sense instead of talking about it, put it out there to let people know it's existing, is here.
Hmm.
I'm not just a talker. I'm a doer, and that's what people gotta look at it. When you do, it gets people attention.
So there's
I'm
something
gonna say
that's.
this old saying. I'm gonna
Mhm.
say this old saying when I grow up. It's been stuck in my head. It's like I rather do than talk about it. My actions speak louder than my words.
Yeah, that reminds me of an old saying that we had in ministry, even that said that, preach the gospel or do your work, and if necessary, use words.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people think it's here, but it's in your action. And when people start seeing it, trust me, it's going to get so much more momentum when you start seeing the TV shows, when you start seeing what you've been casted in and the runways and just the whole merchandise that you've been
And like
working
I
on.
said, and like I tell people as of yesterday, there's a black film about to be dropped, and I'm a part of it. A black
See,
superhero film.
see, see.
And also, I had the honor to cast other people to be a part of this historic event.
So at some point, I'm going to be writing you and getting your autograph as well.
Well, actually, I need your autograph as well because you're also the artist behind all the work as well. So it's going both ways.
Definitely,
It's a both-way
definitely.
situation because it's like, okay, I tell people, yes, I understand I'm Stan Lee, the creator, but there's a many Steve Ditkos behind this. I mean,
There
Jack
is,
Kirby's behind it.
there is, and you can't tell the whole story without including all of the different artists that have come along since Jack Kirby, since Stan Lee, since Todd McFarlane. There's been a lot of guys that have put in blood, sweat, and tears to further where we are. So, man, I'm excited. I believe in what you were doing, and I want everybody else to believe in it and to support it. Whether it's anytime you go live, hey, just click on, give them a like, a love, a thumbs up, give them a little, just some interaction so that it can help his algorithm. Because again, everything, no matter how
And a
strong his
lot of
vision
people
is.
understand it's a lot of work behind the scenes, especially with a comic book project.
Exactly.
It's a lot goes on behind the scenes. It's going to take time because you're looking at the action scenes, you're looking at the stunts, you're looking at so much and the story itself to make sense to get that attention. The first 10 seconds will say it all
It
to
will.
people like, I'm hooked.
It will. It will.
So people got to understand you got to be patient with this project because it's a process.
Mr. Terry, if you don't mind me asking before we get out of here today,
Mm-hmm.
for those especially that are coming in by way of my page that see the tag and that are listening and will listen, tell them how they can just kind of follow your movement and where they can stay abreast at everything going on.
So basically, you can follow me on Facebook, Jerry T. Hall Jr., King TJ. You can follow me there. And then, like I said, you can follow me on my IG, Hall Jr., Terry T. And then also my Twitter is Terry T. Hall Jr. 25.
There you go. Mr. Terry, I thank you for this time today, making this happen, giving me an opportunity. I didn't even see this coming. Just got back into art and you
And
swooped me
also,
up.
I'm looking forward to being a guest on your podcast, my friend.
Listen, it's going to happen in the next week. Next week, we're going to link up. I'm going to feature you. We're going to get you out there because, again, I want everybody to know that it's a new day. We're normalizing new trends. In our community, it's not often let outside of sports that we normalize supporting any other faction. But, the art, the entertainers, like the guys that work with their hands, or girls that God has blessed, it's like we need them also to know that they matter and their gifts matter. And most importantly, we got a place for you. Come over here with us, link
Exactly.
up. Let's make this move even faster, all on one accord.
Oh, yeah, because like I said, I got the resources, I got the knowledge. And like I said, people got to understand this is our time. We're breaking a new barrier. Marvel got theirs, DC got theirs, and we making history with our very own now.
There we go. There we go. Well, guys, you heard it here first. I know this isn't my show. I'm so used to interviewing people as a podcaster. So,
Hey,
shameless
wait a minute.
plug.
First of all, it went both ways because we both in the media circuit. So this has been we both in the media circuit, so we already know what to do. So it's like,
There we
oh
go.
hell. And I
So,
like guests on my show ask me questions because it makes better sense.
I come from a school of thought. I'm just so used to everything not being about me, but about everybody else, because I do think we were put here on this earth to serve. And within
Right.
serving, I just don't always feel comfortable making the limelight on me. But a shameless plug. Also, stay tuned with the End Zone Club. It's on all platforms with podcasting, because I will have Terry on shortly to tell more of his story and just give him free reign to talk his talk.
And also, I would give out pointers because, like I said, to make this next level work, cons is perfect, but you got to vision more bigger for yourself because, like I said, there are production companies looking for to put your stuff together to make it come to life, and there are networks and network platforms would love to have your stuff on there, like Roku, Netflix, Hulu, all that stuff.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. I received that. I received that.
Like I tell people, you're the product. So
Mm-hmm.
as the product, you gotta show people why you're the product.
Mm-hmm.
It makes better sense.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
thank you, bro, for being on here for 15 minutes. hit me up later on this evening. You have
Yes,
any
sir.
free time? Because you know I am being the mad scientist I am. Got some more ideas.
I'm the
But
same way, but
I got a little spoiler alert because I made another move for another state for another comic book project.
right. And that's the blessing of it. You know, it's almost like you see the X-Men, they all come together as a unit, they do things together, but everybody is still their own brand. They still have other projects and things. But
Exactly.
again, when we come together in this space, it's all about representing the culture and putting some
Mm-hmm.
things out that are positive because again, we're still breaking stereotypes and narratives that have been
And
placed
that's the
upon
reason
us.
why I'm working so hard with our comic book universe to break that stereotype.
Definitely. Definitely. But guys, stay tuned for the End Zone Club podcast part 2 because I'm gonna turn you loose, Mr. Terry. I'm gonna
Oh,
turn
that's
you
my
loose and let
favorite
you get them.
subject. You just like open up the gates on that part, my friend.
There we go. But hey, again, I thank you for this platform. I love
All right,
it.
no problem.
Keep it going, and man, let's link up and talk here soon.
All right, bro. Take care, though.
All right.
All right, later.